Welcome to my new mini-series, How I Keep Productive. Hi, I'm Aaron Jones, and welcome to my channel and to my new mini-series, How I Keep Productive. And this mini-series is going to be based on the programs, the applications, and the analog. I use a lot of analog things. How I keep productive in my life. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have many tasks that I have to accomplish, many goals, many projects on the go. So I have to keep organized, and not just organized, but I actually have to do the projects. I actually have to do the things. Otherwise, I can't make a living. So I'm going to talk about the programs and the methods I use to actually accomplish the goals, not just enter the data, organize what I have to do, but how I make myself do the things I have to do, and then when do I record it, when do I mark it as complete in my daily kind of life. And so this is just a basic overview of the series and some of the programs and applications and methods I will use in this series, and explain how I use them in my daily life. And so I'm just going to go over the main kind of items that I use, and then I'm going to break down each episode about that. Now, some of these I have done episodes on in my vlog, but basically just reviewing the app are very basic. But this is going to be how I use it and implement it in my everyday life, and use it to actually accomplish goals and things that need to be done. And the first application is Todoist. Is my task manager, where I use to record my tasks. The next one is Evernote, where I record notes, where I keep all my notes and store everything in there. Another application is Drafts, which is a quick way of adding notes to Evernote and other applications. And so we're going to talk about how that is implemented in there. It's just a kind of a extension of Evernote is how I use it. Trello, which is, you might think, well, I have a task manager like Todoist, how I use Trello. Well, I use Trello in a little different way to visually check where I am on a project, where I am, especially when I'm doing my magic and making a show, what routine and putting a show together, how I use Trello in this way to kind of, not as a task manager, but to see in what state a certain project is in, or what state my show is in at the moment. When we get into there, I'll explain about that. The next one is Feedly, because I like to read a lot of articles on the internet, and Feedly is a good application that I use to keep track of all of that, and we'll talk about that later. Pocket, where I save applications that not applications, but websites and articles I want to read. So you could save it to Evernote, but I like to keep it in Pocket because it's very easy to add to Pocket. And then later I have a thing on there that's favorites, which I'll explain later, which does send eventually to Evernote ones I want to keep as a final filter. And the next one is Ulysses, is where I use for long-term writing. It's an application for writing, and this is what I use for long-term writing, not Evernote, but when I want to do long-term writing, such as scripts and etc., I use Ulysses for that. Next is Spark. It's the application I use for doing my email processing. And then Fantastical 2 is the calendar program that I use. And the base of my calendar program is the iCloud, the Apple one, and a little bit of Google also mixed into that. And about the interface that I use is Fantastical 2. And then I also like analog stuff. I don't just do everything digitally. There is analog. And this is important for me. Note taking. This is my day timer, I guess. This is a traveler's notebook with notebooks. I also use an Evernote notebook, and this is what I use for analog, because for me analog is very important, and sometimes I like to be very tactile. It also helps me remember things and reduce stress. But when we get to this one, how I use this in conjunction with the digital aspects, when we get there, we'll talk about that. And then two other YouTube channels I want to talk about. I want to let you know. One is Carl Pullein, who does a great breakdown on Evernote and Todoist and some other productive things. Go check his channel out. It's very, very good if you want to learn details about these programs that we're going to talk about in my series. So check him out if you want to learn a lot about the technical parts. Plus, he has a lot of great ideas on how to keep productive. And next one is Keep Productive, that is put together by Francesco D'Alessio. I go check his out. He has lots of different kinds of applications and things on productivity. So I want you to check that out as well. And I think that'll help complement my mini series and where I'm coming from. So that's all I wanted to talk about today in this mini series. So keep an eye out because they're coming very soon. So don't forget to subscribe, click the bell. And so basically on my channel will be this series, my vlogs, and my Japan series, which is coming out very, very soon. So keep an eye on that, as well as some other random things here and there, such as stuff I bought when I get around to doing another episode of that, when I buy something interesting I want to share. So that's all for today. And share your experiences as well. What do you recommend other YouTube channels for productivity that I may enjoy watching as well? Please share those below in the comments below. And until next time, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.